the way,
you quite a few times.
If you support,
I feel like I've got a bit.
If you support all this, you can't say you're a fan of Star Wars.
Did you see that tweet? Where somebody's like, well, Star Wars was literally an analogy for the Vietnam War, and some retweet some like right-wing, bootlegger was like, that's impossible. If that were true, then that would mean America is the empire.
Yes.
That's the entire fucking point.
That's the point of Star Wars.
Anyway.
That's the point of Star Wars.
Welcome to Into the Runiverse, our fantasy horror setting.
Keyword being fantasy.
Yeah.
Star Wars commentary podcast. I did just finish Rogue One again. It holds up. Not the animation, though.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay.
What? Hey, animated series is good.
The Rogue One animation, they're like CGI people. Like the CGI Princess Leia.
Oh.
Super creepy.
Oh, you're talking about specifically in the movie.
Specifically in the movie.
Okay.
It was early.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's creepy, but whatever. What are you gonna do?
So eventually we shall get some of our other castmates here. We're going to take a slightly earlier break than normal because I have to go be a dad for a minute. I'm always a dad, but the call calls me away from the table, I should say. But it shouldn't take much longer than our normal breaks, and everybody can pee and jibba-jab while it's not too late and everybody's still awake, which would be nice. But it's upstairs. I think that the third-party thing that you should check out this week is the Into the Runiverse book.
Ooh.
That has 3 classes and, I think 20 or something items. It's got, over 75 monsters. Mm-hmm. I did all the monsters. One
of the classes that we are playing here.
We're playing one of the classes, Wrestler, we'll see what happens in the next campaign now that I've given them a little tasty taste. But that's the third party thing you should check out and support this week. And
someone to you.
Don't forget to love each other. That's very important. And give someone a hug today.
Mm-hmm.
And
it is always good to disobey fascists.
It is always good to disobey, punch Nazis in the face.
Mm-hmm. It is always a moral good to punch Nazis.
It's Kenna!
Kenna!
Speaking of punching Nazis in the face, let's introduce this next person. Ooh, all right, we're mixing up the seating arrangement. All right, okay. I guess Jeremy can sit over here by John.
Yeah, Kenna's just tired of sitting next to me all the time now.
I just don't want to have to go between you two.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry if you guys see me playing with my guns. I got a tooth pulled on Tuesday.
Ooh.
It's pretty much healed, but it's at that point of healing when you got something and the scab had fallen off, but then a week after I thought it was healed, it just started itching like crazy. That's where it is right now. And I'm like, oh god.
That's rough, buddy.
What's the name of that rear tooth that everyone gets pulled out
So
of?
I got the wisdom teeth.
The wisdom teeth.
But
yes,
what had happened was, because I just couldn't afford it for so long, is they kept growing and compacted the teeth next to them.
Ooh.
And it actually on this side pushed 2 teeth. One had to come out with the wisdom teeth because they just got mushed, and the one next to it, I didn't realize until it was kind of one of those too late situations. It too had started to push up into the next tooth next to it. And I was flossing and I heard and I'm like, what the hell was that? And I feel there's this perfect little rectangle chipped out of my tooth, and I went, huh. And I felt I felt the angle, and it wasn't big, but even at that level, a millimeter is enough. And so the cavity had gotten in there, and the doc was like, yeah, there's nothing left of the tooth. And I'm like, I can feel that. And so I finally got it taken out, and I got to tell you, it's great not being in constant pain and pressure.
Yeah.
But the wound has healed, but the stitches hasn't dissolved yet, so it's just tickling my gums the whole time, and my tongue is like that. And I know what it is, and I can't stop. Anyway,
brush your teeth,
That's
kids.
rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth, kids.
That's even without brushing your teeth. If your doctor says get rid of something, you should probably get rid. Just listen to the doctor. I'm sorry. they know what they're talking about. You're like, it's my body. It's like, but they understand how it works better than you. You just understand what it feels like better than them.
It's just because you
understand your body and what you're feeling best, the doctors understand the mechanics best.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Usually
And
they
just
can.
because you
There
saw
are some
something
nut
else
jobs
on a
out there.
YouTube video doesn't mean you did your own research.
Yeah.
Even if that video was from an actual doctor. They'll tell you to consult an actual medical professional. Anyway, we don't have to
Yeah.
get into that, because we probably have it multiple times in the stream anyway, and we will in the future. But you guys are here at the Marisel estate. You've been here for the better part of the day. You got here in the morning. It's nighttime. It is, I think we've said,
We are currently hanging out with the group of soldiers who are acting as the bodyguards for all the people coming to the party.
people were playing cards.
We were playing cards.
We just met that.
We were trying to get some information out
Yeah,
of
why
them.
don't you guys go ahead and share with kind of what they missed last week.
In Jeremy's room, in this little extra room in the suite, someone else is staying there. What a moon knight is what you said?
A moon elf.
Moon elf.
I mixed them up what I think in the D&D world they'll call them space elves, but I like moon elf better. It sounds more mystical, so we're going with that, even though that's technically also a race in the D&D verse. But moon elves, purple, tall, live, Orinolin. I can't remember what was their last name.
Orinolin.
Orinolin was their first name.
Yes. I did my Talani accent when I said it, and I could not remember it because I kept saying it wrong on purpose. Orinolin Oakfall. And they're kind of spooky and mysterious, and we don't know who they're guarding, but they said that they're a guard for someone, right?
But
they are for as Rebella Stormmane is related to one of the noble houses.
That's right.
And she knew who Mort was, and had an.
And he hardly knew her.
There he
I
is.
was waiting.
They
for
knew.
The time for an entrance.
They knew who Mort was, and had an earring that had the same symbol of one of the gods that Mort worships.
One of the gods.
One of.
One of the many.
Tee.
Um,
We've seen you in a long time. How are you?
He prefers multiple choice in these matters.
Kenna, actually,
by the end of the campaign.
I've got something for you because you were not here. Because you, narrative-wise, you and Malthea just went off into the woods because you were just like.
Did I miss 2 weeks or just one?
I think it was 2. The first week was just us arriving on the island. Oh no, you just missed 1 week because we didn't do the 1 week. Okay. But you guys gained audience with some of the guards, the deputy, his captain, and Mort, the gambling addict.
Not the only kind.
What? No.
He buys so many
I
drugs.
forgot about Mort's gambling.
So yeah, we
If I've ever seen
we
the
were
second
gambling.
face.
I'm trying to get information, and then, Cassidy offered to help with repairing their damaged equipment. He offered the captain of
Did we
the
damage
guards.
someone's equipment?
Someone damaged, someone didn't believe that Cassidy could do it, so he intentionally broke a spirit. Go ahead, fix it. And I just did the prestidigitation and fixed it. Cassidy offered to help to repair the captain's armor because it was obviously dented and scarred, but she refused, saying that it helps remind her of why she's doing what she's doing. But I believe last we left off was that Cassidy was preparing to help with.
I'm a Voyager.
What?
Oh, it's Moana.
That's a Moana.
It's a Moana thing.
It's true.
So did we all get our own
Punch in on
rooms or
John,
something?
please.
What?
Really
Yes.
punch the camera in on
Cernia and Malthea are sharing one of these double rooms over here. So, yeah.
Push the beds together.
to make like a double king.
So actually, in my head, Sermio, you chose one of these rooms so you can give your sword its own bed.
I like to think that's
I sleep
just
with my
took a
swords.
room for the sword. So multi have one room, and then just the sword has its own room.
It's poking out of the ceiling of someone else's room. They're just
Just a real sword in the stone situation.
I have a sword.
There's no way this will backfire.
Talani and Mano are sharing a room.
They were trying to be coy with it, and then they decided to stop being coy.
Is that
with
Mono?
This is Mano.
Did Mono get turned into a fish?
I guess
it. Don't
so.
worry about it. Maybe you should have been here.
There it is.
Yeah, we haven't used his mini since like session 2.
So
Was
all
that early?
I've gathered so far is that we've been here for a
Yeah,
day
really
and
early.
we met a moon elf and they were sketchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then-
That you broke a guard's spear
Oh.
and fixed it.
Our other guys are hanging out with the
I
guards.
don't know if I would say they're sketchy. I just
So,
One last
You-
thing.
go ahead.
That's what I've gathered from
Cass-
what they've said so far.
When they did a tour of the mansion, Cassidy was able to put recording augmentations on random mundane items throughout the mansion, and they will activate with recording specifically when the guy that we were sent to investigate, what was his name again?
Lionel Marisel.
Whatever.
And what is his relationship to us?
So he is a merchant who made his money by starting just like a general store for adventurers. Not like magical stuff, just like rope, torches, backpack. Every once in a while,
So
a
it's
magical
more
item.
general than the tunnel snacks.
Exactly. He looked at the niche and filled it. So every once in a while, people will come in and be like, "Okay, I found this sword that screams bloody murder every time somebody grabs it. What do I do?" And they're like,
We sell rope.
"Did you?" Yeah, they're like, "We sell rope." We're like, "Did you try the tunnel snacks up the street?" It's like they're closed on, Tuesdays. And they're like, "All right, we can."
We're just
I mean,
randomly
they're like,
closed
"We
on
don't normally do
Tuesdays."
this, so they're one of those people who, yes, they're very, very, very wealthy, but they also seem to be one of those very rare, extreme wealth people who
And
are
who-
boots
and
on the ground.
Who petitioned us to investigate them? And for
Tassan, the captain of the guard in Bay Lagar, the reason being that this guy, since the Edvarians were dethroned, might not be the word, but removed from position, as it were, as the noble house of this region of Bay Lagar, which is fairly sizable. It's one of the bigger regions, just because the islands are kind of spread out, but they're all connected loosely culturally, so a lot of the trade routes are kind of what define a region. Osnabrück's one of the bigger regions. Ilbrook's a surprisingly bigger region. Part of it goes into the center. But they're kind of the one who's poised to be voted in for the new noble house. And they're basically commoners who worked their way up. Most of them who are still physically able will go on a shipping route, especially if they're the ones who made the deal.
So we're just making sure that he's not sketchy.
Yeah, and it's one of those like
There's
Braddock
they don't
and
have like suspicions about him yet. They're
and
just
now
kind
you
of
guys being nobles,
sizing
you
him.
know the Marisels. They've thrown this party for a while. You two never attended because you kind of like left the noble society before you would have gotten the age-appropriate invite. But you knew about it.
left. You mean put in high school for delinquents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Sorry. But Braddock was asking around. They seem to treat everybody well. Lionel being the patriarch. I know who's upstairs. But there's 3 Marisel brothers who are kind of like the Verizon wireless
the
stacks.
what? No.
Jeremy sweats.
Way to give him PTSD.
I just escaped that place.
This entire thing is just so that we can come here and relieve all of our stress with friends and math rocks, and now you gotta give Jeremy PTSD.
Sorry.
Work.
I'm here to talk about the allegory of Star Wars, not really the Vietnam War, but what am I going to...
Well, that's what Talani's talking about.
Yeah, that's what Talani's talking about. Talani's giving Mono a lecture. There's like poster board involved. Yeah. Foam crafts.
There's geez, guys, there's Lionel's the oldest brother. He is married to Lunella Marisel. They have a daughter. Damn it, I can't remember her name. Then there's the middle brother, Prospero. He's a widower. His wife Lenore died on a shipping voyage. I'm gonna say like 7 years. It was like, it wasn't 10, but it wasn't 5. It was somewhere in the middle there.
Call it even 7.5.
Since then, the youngest brother, who's an illegitimate child of the previous patriarch, his name's fucking somewhere. Nobody, from what Braddock gathered, nobody liked this guy. Nobody liked him. He was just, he was the most stereotypical, like, old, angry, rich white dude that you could imagine, especially who got, like, more crotchety with age.
He became more and more like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes, pre-Ghost. But he passed away, and then when Lionel took up, everybody's like, things improved. He's a lot nicer. He gave us improved pay, on top of letting us stay here for free.
Which one was the goth girl that Braddock and Cassidy interacted
So
with?
Prospero is the widower to Lenore. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to flick you guys off. They've got 2 kids.
Yeah, he did.
One is a fuck off, like, youngest son. The eldest daughter is like uber, like, I in my head I was like goth on a budget, but I was like goth with a budget. It's not on a budget difference, and it was like just very. If the style of goth literally encompassed like the architectural style of goth, but on a person, cartoonishly so.
She's got hella sleep, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Cool.
100%.
Cool.
She would not look out of place in a Final Fantasy game.
No, 100%. Didn't meet the brother yet, whose name I cannot remember. It's in. But the youngest of the 3 kind of brothers is Claudio. I cannot remember the name of his boyfriend, but he, once Lenore died,
During Pride Month.
he was. Actually, that's how it timed out. But after Lenore died, he was like, he's young. He's like 33, I think. Maybe he might be younger than that. But when Lenore passed away, he was like considered old enough to be like, I mean, he was kind of working the shipping routes already, And so Claudio has been pretty much the one who will willingly volunteer so that like the elder members, the kids, the parents don't have to. But he's well liked, half-orc gentleman. Everybody seems to have good things to say about Claudio. Oh God, is it Aaron? I cannot. I'll find it. I think that's the whole family who's still here. That's everybody who's here. There are
Plus many strangers.
Well, there's a whole bunch of nobles. You guys were more about like going through the tour. You didn't really scope out the people necessarily, as it were. Talani is disguised as somebody other than a Ironheart. She looks. Her name is Tia.
Yeah.
She is currently used.
I got my eyes peeled.
All right.
Should have gone for Lani, but whatever.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
I see a pack of nobles and I am immediately on edge. Even though I'm like giving the facade that I'm here to party.
Now, you guys had been kind of walking in a big pack. Everyone was in themselves, gossiping along their way. I should mention the kind of area where they revealed that the party will start tomorrow is a grand chamber of 7 rooms that normally these grand villas will, like, you open up the sliding doors and it keeps getting longer, but this one, about every 20 or 30 feet, the hallway to the next room will harshly curve into the next room, and each room is completely decorated in furnishings and paint and just adornments of all kind in a specific color. And outside of each room, there's no lights in the room. Outside of each room is a magical fire that shines through stained glass in each room that matches the color. So like the blue room, stained glass is blue, the fire coming in makes everybody just cast a blue light when they come in. And there's a specific number,
Is there a silent disco room? Do we have activities planned? Have we gotten an itinerary?
Not yet, that'll be tomorrow when you guys wake up.
I hate surprises.
Let's know when we're dropping acid as a group.
It's not that much of a surprise.
Yeah, we should drop acid in the red room, and then it'll hit us by the time we get to the blue room.
Talani's pretty freaked out by the black room. Talani's convinced that there's going to be like some weird sacrifice or ritual thing going on in the black room. Because it's supremely creepy in there.
Oh yeah, the final room is all black, but the fire and the stained glass on the outside is red. So everything in the room is like the Rolling Stones song, Painted Black. No, not Rolling Stones. Yeah.
Is it everything appearing as black?
No, it's everything black, but with this bright red hue. It looks almost like blood.
So that's the red room.
That's the final room. Yeah.
That's the black room. There is a red room,
Let me see.
right?
Where do we eat?
I believe there's a dining hall.
There's for
Right,
like
so
our
the
quarters.
order-
There's a dining hall here.
That's so you guys have a personal dining hall is that big room right there.
Okay.
That's for like so this is like the personal guard of a lot of the nobles are staying in this house. There's another house that like the regular help are staying in. And then there's the literal mansion where all the nobles are staying. So blue, then purple, then green, then orange, then white, violet, and black/scarlet. Anyway,
Were we planning on doing anything before the day of the party, or are we just here to like get ahead of everyone?
you're here to get ahead of everyone. You've kind of Braddock and Cassidy and Mort are currently literally like cozying up to the guards, so that you guys have a little bit more of an in than maybe some of the other guards around here. You just come here to kind of ingratiate yourselves as a presence, so that you're maybe not as jarring, so that you're more prepared. But it's been a long night, and those of you who are walking around have decided time to turn back, finish up your cards.
Did I win?
Yes. 15 gold pieces.
And I was,
Congratulations, Mark.
I've been waiting for this the entire campaign.
and I was I able to fix a
Finally,
majority
return
of
of
their
my
broken
investment.
equipment.
Oh yeah.
That's the end of his arc.
While
I'm
everyone else
training
is
for
kind of like
years.
finishes up the rest of the tour.
He's a winner.
And the group kind of starts to disperse as you guys have found each other again. Even after everything, you didn't realize the two of you were kind of in this tour together. There's honestly probably almost 200 people throughout this whole group, maybe more including staff. And so it was very much like, find each other kind of as everything's dispersing. As everyone kind of gathers, the Avarians find you. You have your little group. You hear from behind you, Serbia Belmonte, is that you?
I impulsively like punch behind me.
Talani turns and like in a defensive pose.
At which point, your like hand like stops right in front of this. Oh god, I wish I had the artwork. Oh god, I wish I had the artwork. Just like I love it so much. He's got like he's wearing sunglasses at night. They're just like these big bigger
Do we
than
call
they
them
should
shade
be on his
glasses?
eyes, sunglasses, a thin, like paper thin mustache. His hair is like a mushroom cut, but like parted right here, and it's like perfectly like kind of coiffed like a bob. Big coiffed collar, big colorful cape.
Oh. Sorry,
Very-
hey, are you describing the bad guy from Sonic the Hedgehog?
It's not Dr.
Robotnik? No, that's not robotic.
It's the generational gap because you guys say Robotnik and my brain went Eggman.
Eggman.
Yeah. Was Eggman first or Robotnik first?
It was Robotnik
Yes,
first,
Robotnik first.
and then Eggman.
And then Eggman.
Kinda like-
Describing that guy.
No, I'll find a picture of him. He
That's
looks
a good version of him.
very. He's got like a kind of more squat body than you were, like a little kind of compact body, like long legs that kind of straighten out with bigger feet. And as your fist like stops, the hair like. He's like, oh my goodness.
Okay, so like this.
That's hilarious. A little bit more.
Can I break his leg?
And he says,
I'm imagining the villain from Despicable Me, but with a mustache.
that's hilarious.
I don't know that.
I'll find my artwork. But his nose isn't that long. It's actually very like subtle. As he kind of gaps back and collects himself. As fiery as ever, I see, and the rest of your caravan is around. Oh,
What, this guy?
Yeah.
oh my God! Actually, that's not too bad. Actually,
He's not but with a mustache.
yep, and sunglasses and not actual glasses. And he says, I do not think that we would run into each other here, but allow me to introduce my consort for the evening, Miss. Where is it? I just wrote it down. He's even doing this. I'm kidding. There she is. This is Theragene Gilbo, and he holds out, and there's this woman, like the most classic Southern Belle style Southern Belle you can see. Halfling, bit like almost Dolly Parton beehive hair.
I shove his face into the ground and I say, blink twice if you're here against your will.
Oh man. He's like, oh well. Oh my goodness, she's Malwa, darling, and she like goes, let him go, you brute, and she's like.
I picked her up and just like hold her out. Since she's a halfling, right?
Yeah,
Okay. She can't reach.
it's like a pit bull
Yeah,
in your
that-
arms. It's just like,
She probably feels so safe right now. Just threw one guard.
yeah,
and
after
immediately tackled to the
10
ground.
seconds of like Malwa finally coming up, taking his cape, wiping it, and you see that as he drops it, it kind of prestidigitates the mud off itself. He takes
Are we
his
going
glasses.
to be cool?
Cernia, with your high enough perception, his eyes look just kind of slightly bigger and a little more apart than the last time.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
He cleans off his glasses. Oh,
Freaking weird. What?
Theragene, you see that my stories of this lady do not bend into fantasy too much. And she
You don't
Your
know
name
the
out.
you don't know the half.
Keep my name out of your
She
fucking
goes,
mouth.
no, I understand. He's worked through so much, and I do apologize for his less tempered ways, but I do promise that we're working on it, right, Mally? And
Ew.
he's closer to the height of the halfling than you remember him being last time you saw him. And I'm just saying this to you specifically because your passive perception is like buttfuck right now.
Okay.
So he's shorter now, or is he taller?
She could swear that it's like, was he always that short?
I don't think I'm making comments about it.
In your head, this is things that you notice, like mentally.
Which Lonnie notices too, because she's seen him several times.
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
Your passive is not as high as hers.
No. Perception?
It's hard to tell.
Oh, 14. Not too bad.
It's hard to tell. when
He's
you're that
always
tall.
been kind of weird looking. Like he's always been like oddly proportioned for a human. Just like, oh, that's unfortunate, pal. Like you look like a character in one of my cartoon books that I grew up as a kid.
Okay.
But you know, now that he takes those off, you are like, oh wow, man, were your eyes always that buggy? And he puts on his sunglasses and goes, anyway, Terragine, shall we?
Is there
She goes-
anything recently that we've encountered that would like make my brain call back to from noticing those?
Roll me a history or religion.
20.
Alright, I'm literally gonna leave you on this before I have to go take a quick break. As you're thinking about all this, the Ilbrook Marsh, you're thinking back to the journals, and it mentions specifically that when they visited Ilbrook 300 years ago, they discovered the temple dedicated to one of the Nephilim and Archfey called the Frog Prince. Frog Prince, Loscan. Said to prey on women, especially. And but it looked like an abandoned temple at the time. But they did discover it 300 years ago. So, who's to say? And you do remember that, gosh, you've been having a lot of dreams about frogs for quite a while. Anyway, I'm going to leave it on that. You guys talk to each other.
Weird.
By the way, I have to say, And then he...
And all the big stands are like, where's the proof? I'm like, it's weird that out of the entire anime industry, literally nobody backed him up. Right? Like, that's...
I
Yeah.
wonder.
Like, so we're back.
Hey!
Sure, maybe you put some pieces together as Malwa
Go ahead, take a seat. Oh, no, I'm just
a frog.
disappears.
And
So
I can only imagine that he's a thrall of some other actual frog prince because there's no way he's that important.
He's so mean. He deserves it. He sucks.
as him and Theragene disappear into the crowd.
Do you want me to kill him?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we're above the law.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Oh, Braddock.
And Braddock just writes
back
down
to-
in his notebook, possible.
Go back to wooing your guards.
That's why it's so easy to ping you guys. You just say stuff like that.
You have an upgrade to your ability. You can ping extremely violent and
You can't prove it.
profuse criminals for free.
Eventually, you guys are walking back from the guard camp. You're walking back from this little tete at the end of your tour night. And you all feel like a chill on the wind, which is not uncommon for this time of year, but you're kind of surprised. You didn't think you were that north. It's moving into like spring, so kind of warm, and you're not expecting this almost like autumnal breeze hit you. Those of you who are at or close to it, I guess mostly it would be you guys, and then they'd be kind of coming from over here-ish. You see that while the wind's blowing, you notice it all looks like it's starting to like coalesce into like a little dust devil right here in the center.
I activate my Invisivision.
Guard up, everyone. This is weird.
Does this clock as suspicious to me?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily clock as suspicious until the wind starts to illuminate,
Wind is not supposed to do that.
and then gosh, I don't like this, but I can't find all the right shows.
Yeah, you said it.
Humanoid female appears out in the middle. She doesn't look like horrific, like in any way that would be in some of the twisted features that you guys have seen in some of the ghosts or other specters throughout your adventures. But it looks like it's in pain. Like the expression seems almost just slightly more twisted. I guess twisted version of somebody who's like heart is breaking, and then on the wind it slowly turns to like a and it's like a moan that pulls you towards this. And you all, I need everyone to actually roll me a charisma save.
And don't forget all of the bonuses you got.
I'm so charismatic.
It's close to the end of the night, right?
30.
Yep.
It's no gift of luck, that's why not.
Yep.
I'd rather didn't need to do all that.
Better. That 22.
Late 30.
Dirty 30.
A hot and heavy 24.
21.
Alright.
Maybe.
So all of you feel this this wave, even though the wind seems to be pulling you towards her, this like sort of pulse of energy comes out from her, and you all get hit by it, and you feel it hitting your heart like You can feel it just like pumping harder in your chest. But you resist the effect that some of the others around you, especially any nobles that might be caught near you who might not have adventuring levels, or any of the houseworkers who don't, they're like level 0. These people get hit by this wave and they're like, oh, it's the ghost of Lady Marisel! And they're like running, they fucking book it. They overcome with fear, book from where you guys are to where there's only a handful of guards who were coming back, as well as you two, Braddock and, let me see. So,
Mons, it
you
seems like
three-
it's up your alley.
Yeah.
you girls would be coming up from this way.
I suppressed
You
panic
guys
and
would be
power.
coming in from over there at there's a little gate entrance over
Your
there.
little.
Mort and
Whatchamacallit.
Okay.
Did anybody particularly important flee, or is it just like the rich people who won't help us in combat?
the rich people, housekeepers, like some of the guards.
There's no one who will help you.
Mostly civilians.
It's all civilians. The Advarians have kind of had to go and continue their political schmooze, so it's just you guys right now.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just let them run away. See, if there's anybody helpful, I was going to cast Calm Emotions, but
That'll
I
be fine.
really need to do that.
You guys, all see this as people are preparing. The hog folk, like, Chef kind of like sticks his head out, swears something in Cajun Creole, and like pops his head back into the cabin. She kind of looks around crying, "Betrayal! Betrayal!" And it's like this, it's almost like the wind is starting to take on the faces of take on the look of disembodied faces within the wind, taking almost like a purple hue to it as it spins around her. You all have a turn to do something.
Well, Mort, I think that this is probably up your alley.
Turn undead.
Alright, what does that do?
She's a ghost. Okay. Which I present my holy symbol and speak a prayer censoring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. It runs away. It uses all of its action to literally sprint away from me at full speed.
Okay.
Does it to pass the wisdom save throw.
Okay.
DC 20.
Natural 20.
Understood.
However, Mort,
Wait, Braddock can use his force to re-roll thing.
Braddock's not here.
You? Come on.
Mort, as you kind of present, what is your holy symbol?
I don't know if I've heard really. I guess.
Don't you have a necklace or something?
It depends on which one I'm using, I guess.
Multiple choices.
Your flute.
I don't think my flute was one. Probably the Shibalba, keychain skull thing that I have. In this case. Mostly because I know that the Knight of Shibalba's here, so I'm trying to, I guess, maybe mend stuff a little bit.
So,
That's probably why it
Not
doesn't
just
work.
various wall
as
chains.
you present it, Mort,
Basically.
you and the only one who might see this because of their high passive is Sirmia. All you see Sirmia is Mort put his symbol out, it starts to glow with that familiar kind of mix of lights, and it kind of crackles some lightning energy real fast.
I love that the dice truly do tell their story, because anytime I've tried to use any of my cleric shit lately, it's just been not working. It's been like 7 or 8 sessions of constant failure.
That's so true.
I can't make this up. It's good though, I'm happy.
I'm happy too, I don't have to force anything.
I'm having fun.
Talani
for her turn, is going to rip off her the clothes that she wears over her leotard. She has what's basic. It's just like a Velcro.
Yeah.
It's just like or just like one of those like snap.
You just have real clothes, like fascinating.
It's just, but she's like
for the show.
painstakingly sewn like snaps onto like the seams of everything, so she can just go.
Yeah, one's not always there.
Yeah,
Like a
Morgan's not
tracksuit.
always here.
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes he just leaves for just weeks at a time.
just weeks at a time. I can't.
She's wearing track pants.
I'm wearing track pants, and I go.
Let's fucking go.
And I. Talani doesn't really know how ghosts work, so she's going to.
Decision to make it Aaron. While we're about to fight a ghost.
You've never seen a ghost before, right?
Yes, we have. We've
Yeah,
definitely seen ghosts.
we've definitely seen ghosts.
Has Talani seen ghosts?
Yes.
Were you there? I don't think you were on leave when we were doing all the Ripper Sunny stuff, right?
Or when
that's
we
not-
were dealing with the ghost of Julian's dead
Oh,
ancestor.
that's right.
Yeah.
But that was like a ghost boy, like from a book or something.
Well,
But
no,
anyway,
that
Talani's
was
gonna go
my
see
ghost
if
boy.
it's corporeal.
Okay.
So she's going to, I don't know where she is, but let's just say she's going to like jump and like tuck and roll and dive to use her movement, and I'm going to attempt to grapple this ghost as an action because I'm going to do for my bonus action awe-inspiring because it looks so freaking cool. So everyone gets a d6 to your next roll.
All right.
I'm going to attempt to grapple. Oh, I get bonus for that. Advantage for that. Ooh, yeah, I do it. But if it's possible to do it, then I do it. Which probably isn't possible.
Hey, ghosty.
All right.
Considering that your costume
It's a
is
32.
now a magical item.
Damn.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's a 32 to grapple. If it is indeed possible to grapple this ghost.
You know, you were like, it was worth a shot. As you go in to
I
like
tried.
hug it, you just kind of like and share its space with it. You feel. I need you to roll me another charisma save.
Okay. Consequences
You
for
feel.
my actions. Ooh. That's a 15.
Okay.
I'm not going to put any bonuses on it because it's funny if I fail.
Sorry, Jen, I don't mean to like dog sniff into your space. It's too big. That's what she said. I'll be here all week, everybody.
I hope so. This is your house.
Yeah, I do too. I've got a shadow circle that I'd rather use, but this works. It's more just like the swirling, sad.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah. You. As soon as you go in to like hug her, she turns to you, Talani, and you. It's not the fright anymore. You feel literally like the saddest you have ever felt. Like cranked, actual like if you could cast literal like depressive spiral on somebody.
Where like all of your organs hurt too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel like the
I won't go too much into it.
yeah.
But yeah, I get it. Been there, bud.
Oh.
I'm on meds now at school.
Which organ? The heart. That's the one that hurts the most.
You will take
Heart? Oh, yeah. It does.
24 psychic damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Okay. Hit me.
And 3 charisma damage.
What the hell is charisma damage?
Yeah, your charisma score drops by 3.
For how long?
Until you sleep. It's just like
Okay.
losing.
Plus,
So
we've got remove curse.
pretty
We
bad
have
for you,
access.
though.
to
Yeah,
remove curse
sorry, so
anyway.
hold on. So like my base charisma score goes down to
Correct.
a 17. Oh my god, what? All of my melee is based on charisma. Oh, that's terrible!
We've got access to remote
Yes!
errors.
You were saying, like, yeah, the consequences of my actions.
No, I love it!
Fucking hell.
Consequence. Like, yeah, I can't cast the spell. My charisma's going down. Woo!
A -3 to all my shit now. Jeremy!
It's like,
You can't stop Black History Month anymore now. You can't just do anything.
I have some residual Juneteenth powers left.
Oh, that's true.
nice.
I have that day off.
God damn it, you're right.
Thank you.
We're still on the cusp.
All right, let's roll. That was a nat 20.
Yeah, wasted.
What are you doing?
You know.
You know.
Anyways. let's
Oh wait,
continue.
Mort already tried something. Okay, my turn.
That wasn't Mordor. that was
Hey, ghosty lady. You said betrayal. Do you want to let us know who that is, or like, should we be on the lookout? Do you want me to kill someone?
Roll me a persuasion.
you. No.
You guys can hear people like clamoring.
36.
People calling. She looks to you, kind of moves past you, Talani. You feel that
I'm like peeking out from behind a wall.
this. She's just out of the cloud, but you feel that it is almost a miasma that has residual effects if you stay in it for too long.
Okay.
But you're almost feeling nauseated for a second, and as you come out of it, you like snap back.
But
you
you feel
the
less
drain.
cool.
Yeah, you feel less cool. Like
I lost some of my rhinestones.
you feel. I was gonna say you feel every.
Lost some of your
You
mojo.
feel every place where the
Something is my
leotard is like
bedazzler.
cinching. You're like, oh god, everybody can see like the slightly off kilter design.
It's like a label
I am
maker,
so
but
bloated right now. Why am I wearing spandex?
it's like a label maker, but for rhinestones.
Have you never seen a bedazzler?
No.
Kenna, I have commercials to show you on our next break. Okay.
Your world is about to be changed.
Oh shit. I'm about to buy
Did you
stuff that I
watch
don't
TV
need
at all
again.
from 2000 to 2005?
Oh hell yeah.
You gotta come
Alright.
back to the next session. It's like, I made an
Bedazzler.
impulse buy.
I bought a
I found a bedazzler at Goodwill.
My eyebrows are bedazzled.
Sermia, as you say that, she almost like it's this bright, like gray purple, almost white and black. The light is so bright on her as she like approaches you, and as you say this, her form softens and it looks more like a slightly opaque, normal person if she were standing there. Red hair, very standard, high collar. Like I said, very gothic style seems to be the whole thing of this family. But she looks battered. She looks busted, like she got stuck in a sea, like stuck in a ship crash. But she goes, "My Prospero, please, I must, my Prospero."
He's somewhere around here.
And as you say that, you can hear people like clamoring, and there's like some just like a big like a bunch of people kind of loudly whispering, like they don't realize how loud they are, and then you hear it all, and you can hear that like when someone's behind you, you know, you can kind of feel that like he's right behind me, isn't he? And a guy who you kind of saw floating around the party, but he didn't like make a lot. He looks like if Lionel, if the character creator, whereas Lionel is the Wario, the Prospero is the Waluigi. Just instead of big and boisterous, what would it be like? You got Jack Black and I don't know, insert Tom Hiddleston. I don't know, with slightly more angular features.
But more like a Gumby type, right? Or
He's one of those people who you can tell he's probably not been in a lot of fist fights in his life. He's well put together. He has that very a thinner Alan Rickman could play him.
Okay.
Okay.
Rip, by the way.
Yeah, rip. But
Yes, I meant. He would not have put up with the current state
No,
of...
he would not.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Timothy Chalamet. Body type. Just like...
A thigh gap that you can fit a raccoon through.
Why would you do that?
I know how big that is. That's very descriptive.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you mean it just makes sense? Nobody's ever said those words in that order.
I've said
Randy
it twice
said
today.
If I had 2 nickels.
Okay, he's right behind me.
Yep, Prospero like pushes past you and he runs past her. He's like, Lenore, and she actually, they hold each other. Like,
Oh, so she's solid for you.
and he doesn't seem to be suffering any
A tear
visible
rolls
ill
down my cheek.
reactions. And she goes, my dear, betrayal, Prospero, betrayal. And she like, you can see her like wave up, and he's like, Lenore, who? She's like, Prospero. And he's like, tell me what to do. And she like raises up, and the spiral like catches him in it, and he,
Hi.
Should we be stopping this?
I haven't
think
done
it looks
anything yet,
cool.
so.
I'm too sad.
That's so true.
he doesn't look hold on, let me see how much charisma damage he took too.
Ugh.
He doesn't look awesome when she like rises up, and he like kind of staggers, and he goes like,
He starts
Lenore, and she
projectile
like
vomiting.
keeps like reaching out to him as if the wind's pulling her, and then she like fully bursts into that similar, almost banshee like bright white light, and then you see her go into one of the open windows of the mansion, and almost cartoonishly you see each window like up as she like seems to go through the hole, and you hear like the literally as she goes through, you can hear people screaming, running out. You can hear just a huge commotion happen as she just seems to fly through everywhere on the ground. Prospero is just laying there, you know, maybe in the single digits, just like.
I squat over him and I'm like, how you doing, buddy? Yeah.
And he just like kind of like passes out. You can still see him.
Okay. I lift him up and I carry him like a baby.
I'll
Okay.
cast Greater Restoration if that helps with the charisma damage.
You should. I think it doesn't. Greater Restoration have a D4.
Any stat hit 0, you die. You can just get so ugly you die.
I figure a charisma.
I only have 17 more
I was gonna
gems
say
on mine.
charisma 0.
Once there was an ugly particle.
Depression. That's what I think a charisma 0 is. You just you dislike yourself so much.
Maybe it's just like full disassociation.
Any reduction to one of the target's ability scores. So yeah, I fixed yours. And did it happen to Prospero too? Okay,
It's just actually the exact same.
I'll do it to him too.
you didn't actually cast a spell, you just tossed my bedazzler to me.
Yeah.
So-
I found your bedazzler.
Oh, thank you.
There was something that I wanted to do. So you said that when she appeared, there was like a gust of wind, and there seemed to be like faces, like disembodied faces surrounding her. I would like to roll an investigation check to try and see if any of those faces like ring a bell, look familiar. If
You
it,
look
like,
depressed, Prospero. What you need is a therapist. And lucky for you, I have a certified therapist on call.
That's not true.
I summoned Jessica.
Okay.
Actually don't
think
know if
still
he's
not
certified.
true, but like,
I actually don't know.
that is a
I know that Somia's
30
not
on the
certified.
investigation.
Jessica comes in with a chaise lounge.
I mean, they just kind of look like mouths and eyes with noses, like hollow. There's no like. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like any in particular face. It's just more like emotion given form.
Was there any when she was being like sucked up into the sky? Was there anything like above her, Like, or did she just disappear, or was there like some sort of like wormhole or anything?
Just like the tubes being pulled up.
Investigation into the surrounding area to see if there's like any change in the atmosphere or anything out of the ordinary, or
Sure.
even better yet, I'll do my magic vision to try and see if there's any residual magic in the area that she was in.
I'll let you keep the 30. Yes, it was a change in the atmosphere. A ghost lady just went through the entire place, so everyone's running about. The birds are squawking, flying. You do notice that after the commotion ends, you notice that there aren't any birds or bugs making sounds at this time when they would be kind of like starting to come out. It's almost like everything was afraid to make noise while she was here. But I mean, as you're looking around, everybody around is lighting up with magic. All of the nobles have certain pieces on them. All the guards have one or two magic items.
All right, and then last thing I want to do, aside from the people that were affected by her fear and ran away, the people who stuck around and was watching the entire thing, I want to try and see if there's anyone that is reacting differently, like something that would give them away, like if this was like a person who's knowledgeable about. Actually, I am going to do a knowledge ping and who is the most knowledgeable about the betrayal that she referenced.
Okay.
So I'm gonna so whoever's within 60 feet, whoever is the most knowledgeable, I can ping.
All right. You see multiple people, almost like ping, 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 ping. And they're mostly like house workers that seem to light up about it, as they're like kind of whispering to each other.
The hot goss.
So, because this kind of thing hasn't happened before, because I haven't had multiple pings at the same time, so does that mean that if I'm getting multiple pings, then does that mean they have the same level of knowledge about the incident? Okay. So, I point out, because I'm assuming Braddock is still there, I'm going to...
Oh, that was freaky, huh, Deputy?
Yeah, so I just did a knowledge ping about the betrayal that ghost lady was talking about, and I'm getting multiple things here. So I've got him, her, him. How many pings did I get?
Like 15.
Oh, so yeah, we got a lot of the workers seem to have the same amount of knowledge about the betrayal that she was talking about, so it might be something that we want to
Look into it, Deputy.
As you poke Prospero, he kind of grabs onto you, Celia, and goes, Thank you, ladies. I had heard. I've tried to see her, but I've only caught glimpses, but what they speak is true. Lenore's ghost haunts these grounds.
Sit in the chaise. You can let it out. Jessica's a certified therapist.
Yes, dear!
Jessica, I would like to see your certification.
Well, I don't know if the Feywild certifications cross over dimensional lines, but don't worry, I know what I'm doing, sweetheart.
Practicing medicine without a license.
Yeah, okay. I'm actually too depressed for this right now, so
imagine
everyone
Jessica
have fun.
being like, yeah,
I plop him onto the shade
Jessica-
She cured you of that.
Jessica has been alive for hundreds of years.
I'm really imagining
So-
Jessica responding to Lana, like, yeah, I'll show you. They're trying to cast banishment.
It's in the
Prospero.
Feywild. Come with me, Banish.
I left my.
I'm even more depressed.
I cured your 17.
Oh, that's
As this is happening,
but I remember being sad.
Oh. The memory is also just as bad.
you, as everyone's looking around, he goes, I always knew something was wrong with her shipwreck. I will He's right away. And he grabs the closest guard and goes, "You! Come with me. I need your help collecting my logs."
I love a good mystery.
Are we building a fire?
I'm gonna walk with him.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like follow behind him and hope that, because I want to see these logs too.
I can't wait to pull a mask off someone and be like, it was you all along.
Before he walks away,
I gotta agree with it too.
and before he walks away, I'm gonna say, sir, obviously this is a delicate situation, and should you need any assistance, we will be happy to help.
Persuasion.
Formerly known as the
I'm helping right now.
What are we helping with? Trying to make sure.
We're here to investigate someone to see if they're.
And now we got a ghost haunting the mansion, so.
And talking about betrayal.
Yeah, are we
Is
trying
Prospero
to
the
just
oldest one? The
get
eldest?
rid of
The middle. He's
The
the
middle.
widower.
Okay, the woodwork. That's right.
21.
He looks to you and looks to the rest of you and kind of nods, and as he's walking away, he's like, "Who was that?" As you guys like see him walk off. Braddock comes back. "All right, and you can see he's got like detailed notes on literally all 15 of them in like the 3 minutes that you guys have been away.
So it seems everybody here can attest that, there seem to be equal amounts of people that believe that it could have been anybody in the family who sabotaged or killed Miss Lenore here. So, some people think it's them, some people think it's them, but they all swear and believe each version of what they believe. If you ask me, they're all might be full of shit, but we did just see a ghost lady, so who's to say? I could really use a casserole.
Brad pulls out his portable casseroles.
Yeah, him and the pig man starts to talk about
Cheese ratios.
yeah, ratios and different recipes they can like toss into stuff. He's gonna make a gumbo one.
95%.
But it is getting late. Is anyone going to do anything, or are they all going to turn in? As everyone's kind of like looking up, some guards are like, I'll take some rounds. And you can see that Orenelin has indeed raised their hand in this big. Everyone's gathered in this open area, discussing things. And they say, I believe that we should keep watch as if we were out on the road. It seems that this may be a little bit more up all of our wheelhouses than
We're finally gonna get to sleep.
those we have come here to protect. I would suggest that we have circling shifts of 4 during the evening, and we can switch out every 2 hours to promise that we all get a good night's rest.
Yeah, it seems like a
Yes,
good idea.
Mortimer.
Should I take my shift with you?
If you are volunteering, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, maybe we can go first.
Gladly.
Okay. That saves me a spell slot because I was going to cast a second. Guess I'm going to bed
So-
anyway.
So
Does
whenever
anybody else
you're
want to
ready,
do
you can call
first
me
shift?
Mono.
There's going to be 4 shifts throughout the night. 4 shifts with 4 people. They don't all have to be you. There are other guards sleeping in this building who can do it, such as Orville. Julian can take one. There's, I think, maybe 5 or 6 other people staying in here.
I'll do it because I have some bedazzling to do anyway, and
We can
waiting
use
for Mono to come
we
back.
can use that bird, that metal magic bird, to like basically like going around, flying around the mansion,
Very clever.
taking root, and then we can just get an alert if it spots anything.
Get an alert if it records anything. I suppose would be how it works, right?
We'll have to look at the specific details.
Yeah,
of it, but
it's in there. It's in the Vault of Magic book, where the hell that is. So we'll take another quick bio break. You guys can share whatever it was. Bedazzle with Kenna. Go to the bathroom if you gotta go to the bathroom. And then we'll jump back up into our first shift. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Okay.
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 No, but like from a business perspective, I completely understand why they would.
Also, like, I'm
want
gonna keep
to
it a
avoid
buck. Like, my store sucks.
What?
My store kind of sucks. I am so unhappy at my store.
Oh.
We're back.
Hello.
Don't show this video to your coworkers.
And I don't think it's like the fault of any individuals there. There's a lot of moving pieces. But, you know.
No, you heard it first. All of your breaths smell like farts.
That's true. That's why our sales are so bad. Because all my team is fart breaths.
That was a Google review. Anyway. Who's got first shift? Mort and
Adrenaline. Oh yeah, we didn't really get into that yet. Cassidy will volunteer for second shift.
Alright. So, Mortimer,
Okay.
Talani, could you guys please roll me a perception check?
Do we? So the bird. Before we, the bird that we have, it specifically records audio,
Okay.
and it is active for 12 hours, and it can fly within 1 mile. So I don't know how big the mansion is, but like it can fly around within a 1 mile radius, essentially. But it can be active for the entire shift.
13. That's with two bonus dice on it.
Oh.
Alright.
She's been thinking about Mono the entire time.
Just been bedazzling and thinking about making up a Mono.
She's bedazzling.
I just imagine you have like a
She's
gun
bedazzling her mono body pillow. She's bedazzling her mono body pillow.
The bedazzling is the glisten on his skin, not the pillow.
It's just the most
This is the
uncomfortable
skin of a
pillow.
killer.
It's really like the whole time Sermia, like whenever she pulls it out, Sermia's like,
I don't think it's worth it.
Just like
is the skin of
tufts
a
of
killer.
fur like sticking out of it now.
All right.
Why is there so much fur by the lips?
So, as you guys are sitting there for the first 2 hours, not much goes by. Night's just really kind of starting to set in. Tensions are really high, so everybody's ready for something, but by the end, everyone's realizing, like, okay, didn't have much to worry about. And then you see something. But before that, about 30 minutes into the shift, Talani's busy bedazzling. Julian is tinkering with his guns. Ritalin turns to you. So, Mortimer, you seemed interested in us sharing a guard shift together.
Yeah, I figured we should kind of address the fuck moose in the room.
How long have you been waiting to drop that one?
Because elephants are people.
Oh man. Now we had Swedishness, now we got this one. Oh, man. We needed more colloquialisms addressing the fuckers in the room.
Yeah.
That's flamey good sir.
I mean, I saw the D-ring, so obviously, there's something there, and you seem as interested in me as I seem interested in you, right? Is that night?
And they kind of and they take their long sleeves and kind of put them I am the knight. They kind of stand up. They're even tall when they sit. Some people kind of even out when they're sitting with people of different heights, just depending on how the bodies are built. You notice that it might just be their posture, or they really are just that kind of tall and elongated. But they sit and go, yes, I have been sent on behest of the powers that be to perhaps help you find your way, Mortimer. You seem lost and deluded.
My purpose in life is mort.
And perhaps we can help you find some clarity, whether it is to continue walk the path of the knight and the lady, or elsewhere.
Yeah, I guess clarity would be good. I guess what do you want from me? You want me to pour my heart out here, or what?
Nothing as simple as that. I want to make sure that nothing attacks us while we're out here by the fire. But I wanted to make the connection. Now that I have a tether to you, I can find you when I need it. We have quite a party ahead of us.
Seems so close.
And
Can I roll to see if I can figure out what class she is?
Yeah, sure.
What am I rolling? It's an 11. Perception.
Insight.
21.
Nice. You're trying to give them the once over, and they have a lot of like gold and purple adornments on them. There's a lot of skulls and stuff to match the Zabalba, but you can see there's a lot of eyes as well. And you've heard of people like this, you haven't ran into a lot, but they're what is known as called as a scion. They specialize in telepathy and that type of stuff.
Yeah. Understood. Okay. Well, I guess so far so good as far as not getting attacked.
You smile, let out kind of like a little snort, and say, "Indeed. Might I ask, Mortimer, why is it that you feel the need to seek all of these sources of power?"
Were you, or are you, an adventurer?
I've done my own dabbling.
How did you guys travel around?
Walking
Sorry.
That would be nice.
by horse.
On top of the horse or next to the horse?
Right.
Either.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
I said, how did you guys travel around?
Next to a horse.
Well, yeah, next to a horse.
Just walking side by side with the horse for miles. When you're carrying all the bags.
They look to you and they say, well, being in the Lubra, we took the ship for the most part. Going here and there, moving between adventuring groups. Eventually, I found my way, not necessarily through the church, but alongside the church, much like one walks alongside a horse.
I know this seems random, but how did you guys feed yourselves?
Well, there's, as I'm well aware of you and your group, there's plenty of work for adventurers out there. Easy quests, undead cleanups to be done. Easy gold, and gold goes a long way if you're just doing simple inn work and staying at shrines here and there, doing work for the churches where they need it.
I guess For us on our ship, we have a stew that we've been kind of passionately calling the Forever Stew. Are you familiar with that concept?
Oh.
Sure.
Yes, we used to have a forever stew. I was sad the day that it spilled.
Yeah. I think in a lot of ways I feel like a forever stew. You know, I'm just kind of here and I'm constant. And yeah, I mean, more or less, the more
I ate a
you
vegetable
put into
once.
me, the more I become kind of worth it. And even if I have pieces of me hacked away, you can always just have more, and I become a little bit better. Does that make sense?
I love a life of me.
I do too.
They sit back.
I can't love that movie.
It's perfect. I like solving the shell.
Do not lose yourself while you are trying to find yourself more.
The main out of the shell.
You are on the precipice of
And then, like, you get the skin.
losing bits of that divine connection if you should push things too far with outside powers. But for the moment, their ideals and purpose seems to align with what the knight and the lady has commanded.
And mommy skins.
And so this pact made with this golden man who visits you in your dreams has not gone unnoticed. I have been asked to try and remind you of the tenets that the church offers and to see if it still aligns with something that you can perhaps use as the tip of the spear.
It does. I know it does, but sometimes it feels like it's hard to be me, I guess, especially when I'm surrounded
Yes!
by such.
It's hard to be everybody!
Yeah, I know, but I just feel like I'm
Sipping.
surrounded by such great people. You know, I'm not
Maybe more it's Polly.
the captain of the town guard, or I don't do death-defying stunts with cool tearaway clothes. I'm not a genius with mercantile spirit. I'm just kind of a guy from the middle of nowhere.
Me too.
Chunk. Chunk. Hell yeah.
You know,
Hell
You
yeah.
grow
that's
wings
so,
out of your back.
so freaking cool.
that's
My-
the armor.
my-
I don't grow
Bedazzle.
wings.
My bedazzled,
That's
my
armor that came
rhinestones and tearing off
The
my
armor
clothes.
is not bestowed to just
Goddamn
anybody.
right. I'm cool as shit.
Yeah.
You can't just buy this at the shop.
I know.
This is
Somebody
made
that's cutting
for the
down
knight.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like all of my power has been given to me, you know?
You got a badass arm.
Thank you, I know. Which was also given to me.
But it is up to you with how you wield it. You could fade into obscurity, or you could rise to greatness with that which is given before you.
You can be grateful for your
If I
privilege and still
burn-
use it.
Yeah.
Right, and have a short life, and I stop
rest in
something that needs to be stopped, then I'm happy doing that. How I feel right now is that I know that if I step too far out of line, I know that Chabubba would strike me down. I know that my friends would strike me down. I need to burn as brightly as I can to help. And if they have to take me out, then so be it.
You need to trust that the powers you have available to you are enough for you.
How many times would Ron have died if he were
Probably not
Thank
that many.
you,
That's
girl
the
who I
thing.
just realized was here.
Probably not that many, because you can also bring him back.
Yeah.
And so can Cassidy. And
What?
so can everybody.
You have saved our asses so many times.
here? You can bring him back during a fight. I have to spend a minute playing an instrument that I found in the depths of a Veld grotto to bring him back as a different race.
And it is cool as shit.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna deny it. It's cool as shit. But I'm just saying, like, if Ron died during the combat, what if we ended up losing the combat? Then I can't bring him back because we're all dead.
Yes.
You have literally saved my life and all of our lives so
I
many
know
times.
that I've saved people. I know all of this. It's not news to me.
I'd be dead like 15 times over.
Humility
for
is
you.
nothing to be
Thank
ashamed
you,
of.
I know.
Mortimer.
In the last fight,
And-
you blinded the hag for like 20 seconds.
We don't need to talk about all of my accolades. We can also talk about the things that I failed to do. You know?
I mean, for,
Wow,
for
you're
a
so
guy that buys a drugs,
Yeah, have you
you
not
are
realized that at
still
this point?
bad at buying drugs.
You need to do drugs.
I
Pull
think,
out some
okay,
vape.
alright.
No,
Oh,
don't
is that
worry.
a dazzler?
We're at the
You
shift
should
change.
Could you do my sleep?
We're at the shift change. Mort can do some drugs. I give him some fade.
Mort always has fate on him, you know that, right?
Oh, right.
I've described that before. Mort's
Well,
arm
it's
that gives
symbolic.
him warlock powers, that's fate.
Well, this is symbolic.
Symbolic fate.
I don't need this.
It's just baby aspirin.
I can just be regular depressed.
Snort it.
I'm not snorting it.
Jeez, you're a bummer.
What's new?
Do you trust your allies, Mortimer?
Yeah.
Well, they seem remarkably confident in you. So if you don't believe in yourself, trust the people who seem to have your fucking back.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
just quit with the gods shit. And
If
then
you
just,
don't
like,
trust your
believe in
judgment,
me.
trust their judgment. And their
Reclass and
judgment
fight it.
says, you seem to be pretty alright.
Yeah. I had a similar conversation with Jenny. You probably don't know Jenny. I guess it depends on how long you've been following me.
I haven't been following you, I just ask around, and you know, the Bailagard Church is fairly renowned, and you're practically a child of the church, so the Sister Celeste and Sister Martine, who seems to have a glow about her, by the way.
Does Mort know
Would
she's
you
pregnant?
like to know?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Braddock told the whole group.
Okay,
yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, his Act 3 quest is now to baby-proof the entire
I
Blue
remember
Road.
that. It laughed so hard when I saw that. That's such a funny idea. The entire city.
Yeah, it's not really a glow. It's more just like a regular sheen of sweat.
We need 400 million square feet
It's a
of cushion.
But
I guess every pregnancy is different.
Every
For
single
me, it
doorknob in
was.
the city.
That's Talani. For me, it was just sweat.
Liz is just like feels like what?
That's my entire pregnancy.
That's hilarious. Sorry. But they sit back, admiring their new bedazzled robes and go,
Yeah.
well,
Jenny had a conversation with me. It's kind of similar in nature, and the bottom line is I have to, I guess, find the faith to believe that I'm more useful to you guys alive than I am dead. I don't know.
yes, and it's constant, Mortimer.
Of
It's not
course
something
you're
that I
more
just did and I never have to worry about again.
Definitely
useful
getting
to us
Grandma vibes
alive
right
and
now.
dead, but also your utility is not really like a factor in our friendship.
Like, how you say that?
Like, I mean, if I had to sacrifice myself
You're gonna
for
laugh.
you guys, I
It's,
would. That's more what I
fuck.
mean, I guess.
Are you gonna start
I
getting
feel
your
like
player powers
it's
from
just it's a
friendship
hard like
instead
you
of symbol?
accidentally like
No.
you're bedazzling one of the guards and you like bedazzle like into their thigh like as you're like "Vatsun fuck tum." You still just ignore them and
I'm still
I
going.
need to know, by the way, actual serious question. With all the bedazzles, do you take extra damage from the spell shatter?
no.
I'm
gonna put the DM rule on that.
If you take extra damage from the spell shatter, then it has to provide some sort of benefit.
I would argue extra damage
Other
from
than
the heat
being
metal.
bedazzled.
That is the benefit.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Plastic's an inorganic material.
I'd say that maybe you could induce a blinding effect if you cast like light on a bedazzled like piece of.
I do have my necklace.
But
that
I mean
has,
like aggressively bedazzled. I mean
Can
like
I
one of
cast
those.
sunbeam on
I have been
And reflect.
bedazzling
The
this
bedazzle.
entire time.
Like, have you ever seen like? And they're really popular. I feel in like God, I'm trying to think like beachfront, like little places where it's like a chest or like an armoire, but the entire thing head to toe is covered in like little crystals, little rhinestones.
Yeah.
Just rhinestone the fuck out.
I mean,
you're like, oh
that's,
goodness,
that's literally her cape, and we're on our way. That is how I described her cape.
Yeah.
But like it's sort of like an ombre, sort of
very
thing.
Much
Like
so,
it's
a luchador, like it's got the
there's a fade
designs
to it.
like yeah.
Yeah. TJ, if Talani casts light or has light cast upon her, or something that like produces a lot of light, right? While she's like in her
your
costume,
veld, in your little Talani.
can I deal radiant damage at a distance?
I will say, because this is the thing that
Thunder
you like
armor.
dipped in the gross ichor,
Yeah.
and you've like put part of yourself into it.
Did I dip my
We'll add a
in the ichor
weird little thing.
Let's go back and enchant your
You can
bedazzle.
cast the light spell on you,
Yeah.
and anything with light sensitivity has to like roll to not be like because it's just like a quick. It's like a camera flash almost.
Oh, so like would it be like a blinding effect then?
Yeah, it's like it's like a one-time thing, but it's basically
solar
like
flare.
Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
solar flare. You just kind of everybody, and I could say maybe anybody within, we'll say 15 feet, has to roll it. If they have light sensitivity, they do it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
This would have been nice for
Also-
the vampire arc. Whatever.
Yeah.
I know. We didn't. I don't.
Why we didn't have it then?
You
so.
didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
Also, just because actually both of you, if a move like sunbeam or moonbeam, a light, not like fire, not fucking just a light-based beam spell, instead of the range of a straight line, the direction can be broken up using you as the breaking point. So it could be like
You can angle.
I could be
Angle.
an
Angle
inflection
sunbeam.
point.
Now, here's the question.
Oh,
How does that work?
yes.
Is it just any radiant damage?
any light beam, any spell, any effect, anything that describes it as like a burst of light, a burst of moonlight, a burst of not like scorching ray, not like eldritch blast. Like those are things that would like fucking like.
Now here's the question.
But, you know.
Is my Eldritch Blast can be radiant damage.
What about guiding bolt?
All of my damage
Probably
can
guiding
be
bolt.
radiant damage because of my level 10 cleric shit.
I think it's about like.
The beaminess.
I think it's the beam descriptor.
Yeah.
I think it's a beam descriptor. If it uses like
It
the
has,
term
to
beam.
it has to be a non-physical thing.
Radiant.
Yeah.
Radiant is just a damage descriptor, whereas the description of a spell kind of describes how it manifests.
Right. It's not like.
I gotta really.
You know what I'm saying?
gotta
Like
really gotta
it's like laser tag, and she's like
really gotta look
moving
into my
nearer.
beam options. Make beamy moves.
But she has to constantly be bedazzling because it's just plastic. It pops out.
Well, now we have a secondary point of concentration while
We'll just-
she's at.
We'll just have to retcon that you also put the bedazzler in with the goals.
Yeah, I did the bedazzler in with the
Like right as it was about to you're like, oh wait, I just like one more thing. Just like, yep. Okay, go.
Is it like a bedazzler gun or is it like the 1980s one?
It's the 1980s one.
I was gonna say it's
I had a really
absolutely
You can get a little
like
cheesy with this because, like, I can't.
because literally the girl on the box with like the sideways ponytail.
I could cast
She's
the
wearing
spell
it.
Daylight on your cape, which gives you 120 feet of light.
That I can direct in any.
Because wearing a jean jacket made out of her old jeans.
I turned my blue jeans into something stylish. And a weapon.
Oh my gosh.
I bedazzled my Zweihander.
It's so bad at cutting now. Like, the gems are across the end.
Just like it gets caught like mid neck on somebody like in the commercial, and she's like.
It's a bludgeoning weapon.
It's
when you hit someone with it, some of the gems pop off, and it does like shrapnel damage.
Sure. Like Maqueedle. I know I said that wrong. So, as you guys are talking, this whole conversation has gone by. The thing you notice more as you're like, it's like over Orinalin's shoulder, and she sees you, or they see you notice it. Talani sees you notice it. You think you see something like just out of the corner of your eye, like sort of run off into the gardens.
Can I roll a check to kind of see if I can parse it, what it is?
One perception. I'll give you one more. You got a 22, didn't you?
Yes.
It looks like maybe two people trying to sort of stick to the shadows. As
There's
you,
two people. I guess I don't shout that out loud. I'm trying to think what it would be.
as you're contemplating this, you got, again, it's like you didn't even fucking hear her. You just hear before you didn't hear her walk up. But Lydia, the goth with the budget,
Yeah.
is just literally like right between the two of you, but standing up like, I heard you guys saw my mom's ghost earlier.
Oh, hello. Would you like some bedazzling while we talk about it?
Do you have black ones?
Yes. I open up my case of gems.
And she takes off her little, it's like a tiny cape. And she takes it off, she's like, skulls and spiders, please.
You got it.
Thank you. And that's, Orinalin turns and goes, oh, well, I'm going to call it for the evening. I can go wake up your friend Cassidy if you want to have a few moments together before.
Wat denk je Orinalin?
You can just call me Orin.
Oren.
Orlin, but Orin is a little more.
Oren
That's
is...
feminine. So and they stand up, and then like, again, just like, almost as like they're like gliding across the ground.
You ever seen those? I think they're Hungarian dancers that like their steps are so tiny that they look like they're floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know they turn, bow, and then even going up the stairs is just like, it doesn't. You don't see them like step up or anything. They just like, yep.
They look like you're just moving them around in Photoshop.
Yeah, truly.
It's like how Polly Pocket like climbs her stairs on her little track.
And Cassidy, you hear a knock on your door. Eventually, kind of like jostle awake, and you hear, Mr. Morium, it is time for your shift.
I'm up. Thank you.
And you just you don't even hear any footsteps, but you see the shadow walk by.
So I'm telling, God, what's her name again? The girl, golf girl.
Lydia?
Her
Lydia.
girlfriend? Lydia.
It's my Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I just clicked for me. Yeah, it's Beetlejuice girl. It's young Winona Ryder, or Winona, what's her fuck? Is that her name? Anyway. I tell her all about it. We don't have to go do all the details again, but I tell her as much as I know, because it was her mom. So she's her
It would have been so sweet to see the
Yeah.
spirit world can be so difficult to grasp.
I did try to grasp it, but I fell straight through.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard they can be intangible.
Yeah.
And she looks and she sees Cassidy walking up. Just one of the guards hands you a cup of coffee.
Thank you.
Hey Cassidy, have you met Lydia?
Yes, I have.
I like your sword.
Oh,
Have you like killed things with it?
yeah. You want me to kill something with it?
Not like now. But
You want me to break something?
later, I'm sure.
Mort looks still very depressed.
Mort, you should go to bed or something. Jessica can talk to you right before bed. And
I really don't.
I'll rock you to sleep, sweetheart. I know some great Fae lullabies.
You don't have to do that.
she's a certified therapist. She
Even
can
a
talk
little
through
bit.
your problems.
She's
with you.
not certified.
She so is.
She has yet to produce a certification.
Hey, you don't need a piece of paper
Yeah,
to
the fact
tell
that
someone that
you
you're a
think-
therapist.
the fact
You
that
need a piece of paper to tell someone you're certified.
Listen, Sylvia, I say this with all the love in my heart. The fact that you think she's a certified therapist it's a red flag, right?
She
I
told
love
me
you,
she's
but
certified.
you're real
I
messed up,
I
girl.
trust her
I don't know what to tell you.
That's
I
true.
trust her implicitly.
You shouldn't. She's a hag.
She's my best friend.
Dad.
I can
What happened to Lottie?
She's also my
Serbia,
best friend.
as someone with personal experience with dealing with hags, just no.
Dealing with hags is pretty hardcore.
What? No, I literally
We
have
killed
full
an
control
archhag
over it.
not
I
that
don't know what
long
you guys
ago.
are so
That's so
upset
cool.
about.
Yeah,
It was alright, I guess.
Did
I
you
can
go
tell
to,
you all
like,
about it
school for
on
that
my
to get
watch.
your certification?
Sure.
No, she went to school.
We threw a kid.
She lives on my
And
back.
you,
There's a tattoo of her on my back.
and she, kind of, the wind blows through the trees. She looks up, and just like you saw before Cassidy, a raven comes and like lands on her shoulder. And it's like, comes and it's got a little thing dangling in its mouth. Yeah. She puts her hand up. Thank you, William. This is William Wilson, everybody. Say hello.
Hello,
Hi,
William.
nice to meet you.
I understand that.
You want it? I'll tell you what's funny about that later. I'll tell you what's so funny about that later.
Yeah.
Well, sad.
And she goes, he's my pet. Ravens are amazingly loyal and intelligent.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
It's like, you're not, baby. Just like kind of rubs its head against her.
I should probably go to bed soon, right?
Yeah, go to bed.
Okay, let me know if you want to exchange like that mom's toys or something.
Here's a
Oh
bag.
shit, really?
Yeah.
For sure.
Alright, bye, everybody.
As you're kind of like settling in, Cassidy, you know, you're kind of chatting the shit up with the guards. Talani, you're getting your stuff put away, admiring your bedazzlement, replacing any rhinestones that
Am
popped
I
off.
the only one with a dead mom?
I've got a dead dad.
I wish my mom
That
would
barely
die.
counts.
No, I
They thought that their mom was dead.
I thought my mom was
I mean,
dead.
technically, she's
She's undead.
yeah, she was dead. She kind of is.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna fix her.
I was thinking of like frowned upon. But okay.
What? Her being undead?
More the fixing part.
Yeah, I can fix her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right.
Before I really start honoring my tenants.
Did you frogs?
As you head off
As
to
a night
bed,
episode.
Adrenaline, you can see that their room is closed. There's like a light on, might indicate they're reading, or they just have a light on in their room. But door is shut. You walk into the parlor and you feel safe. You feel like you kind of feel like a weight taken off your shoulders when you walk through. Kind of like how you felt when you would walk into.
16, not bad.
What are you doing? Just like Arcana?
I just roll just to see if God stopped hating me.
I mean,
Got a pretty high roll there.
I think that's a question only Mortimer can answer. Wow. This is a horror campaign. Talk about existential crises. Mortimer,
I'm doing what the kids call crashing out.
yeah. But you do take, and it's this moment of you just don't feel the weight of it all. You feel like, at least for the moment, speaking with Orin has...
It's a good thing that I talk. That's
Yeah,
I
speaking with Orin has kind of like relieved some of the pressure that you've been feeling sort of divinely over your shoulder.
I guess it's nice to finally talk about how I feel like soup.
How I feel like soup.
Yeah.
You so do. It's so true.
Maybe you should talk to.
There's just more soup.
I'm telling you, Jessica will help. Just because you don't believe she's certified doesn't mean she's not certified.
Listen, maybe I would have taken you up on that if you ever talked to me. What I offered.
Sure.
We still gotta use the trauma diamond on you.
Okay. Everybody's traumatized.
I know, but sometimes it's fun to really just kind of dig into that.
That's what it is.
I
All right.
dare you.
It's weird because you use it on Morton, it's just the moment he's born. It's like, oh, that's where it all started.
That's where it all went wrong.
You remember that?
Day.
Kind of.
Talani, you make your way back to your room. Lana was already in their store.
It's gonna be a start
I'm waiting
swap.
on shit for you.
It's weird because he pops his pecs at his sleep.
He does. It's like how dogs like. His are like.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Anytime.
Please continue, DJ.
You notice when you go into your room, you hear like a, and behind you can see that a black cat
Somebody making fun of me?
is walking down the hallway. A little scraggly, might be the Barney cat,
Oh.
but it's just sort of walking through the house.
Oh.
Looks
I know
to you,
question.
and it kind of comes and rubs, like arches up against your back.
I put my hand out and let her sniff.
Animal handling.
May I use a d20?
No, always.
I was gonna say advantage.
She's there alone.
Well, I mean, because
Because I am also
it's
a
in
cat.
room.
yes.
Oh.
Advantage because I'm also a cat.
No.
Okay.
That's a 10 then.
Okay. As you do it, it comes and sniffs, and then you feel a wind come quick, and in that kind of animal instinct way, your tail bristles a little bit, and it bristles too, and it gives you a little and just runs off, and you lose it in the shadows.
What the hell? That's some fun.
And you look just out of the corner, you swear there's someone standing 4 feet away from you out of the corner of your eye. And as you turn, it's just like the empty hallway.
What did I think I saw?
That's so horrible.
In terms of what? In terms of a figure?
You saw someone from the chest down in old Edwardian style clothes, kind of dirty. Ladies' clothes just sort of swaying there. Not hanging, but just sort of rocking back and forth.
Stimming, of course.
Yeah. And then you're woken up by Mono, whatever, Capers and salmon.
Okay, then, I think I just saw another ghost, but I don't want to feel depressed again, so I'm just gonna mark that and tell Mort later. Which
Yeah.
room did I see?
So, wow,
the
it's
The hallway.
You ran down the hallway.
It's that easy.
No,
Just
which room
not
did I
be
see the
depressed.
ghost in, or
In
the
the hallway.
figure? Over
So
here?
you poked your head out here from your room. The cat was right here.
Yeah.
It scratched you, you ran, you saw the figure. You should see the figure here. And then when you looked, they were gone.
Okay, so I saw the figure over here.
Yeah, the cat ran off this
Okay.
side. But you lost in the shadows.
Okay.
This is the door you came in, window, atmospheric moonlight.
And then, oh, God damn it. Alright, I should tell Mort. Alright. I don't want to go down the hallway because I just saw a ghost down there. But whatever. So I'm gonna sneak up and like lightly tap on Mort's door. Hey Mort, I think I just saw a ghost. Just letting you know. It was roughly like, I don't know, like 5 or 10 feet from your door. And also a black cat crossed my path and scratched me. Okay, good night, love you.
Okay, love you. Should we deal with the ghost?
I mean, it seems to be gone, but that seems like it's more up your alley, and also I'm very sleepy from all the bedazzling.
Okay, like, I'll deal with it, I guess.
Yeah, so just keep your ears open,
I'm
you
not
know,
paying to see if it's still nearby.
for more ghost
I
shit.
can ping for undead within 60 feet.
Talani's going to bed.
No, we're still gonna dig.
Serbia's star fishing.
Great question.
Good swim tight.
Like a lady in a dirty dress or something. Okay, now I'm leaving.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Sorry, I have all the grave stuff
No problem.
because it's not actually in Tales and Valor.
Lydia's also super into it, if you haven't noticed by now.
Oh, I probably won't. If I'm in my room with I'm probably gonna have to open the door and poke my head out.
Okay.
As long as it's not behind total cover or protected by divination magic, I can ping. I can't tell anything about the creature's capability or identity. But if it's within 60 feet of me, I'm not behind total cover. But if I obviously if I'm in a closed door, that's
Bye.
total cover.
Bye.
So yeah, have a good night.
So Mort, as you send out your ping, you open the door, and the moonlight seems to illuminate the hall well. Sherman, you're about to turn for the night. When you start the ping, when you hear from behind you, and there in your window, which you swear you didn't leave open before, there's now a cat sitting on the open sill.
Oh, there's the guy that must have scratched Talani.
They kind of like hop down, come and roll around your hand, legs.
That's my favorite thing that cats do. It's gonna go.
Cassidy, as you and Servia are sitting there, you both notice what look like.
Pointing this out, I'm going to be having my Invisivision on during the entire watch.
Mort is going to lightly reach down and again let the cat try to sniff me,
Animal handling.
and I will use my final gift of luck, which is probably frowned upon. No, I think I have one more. My second gift of luck for animal handling. Oh, look, the Zabulba dice is treating me good. For once. 23.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast tongues on the cat.
Alright. It looks to you, and it comes and like bumps its head up into your hand, and then rolls up on you, and goes, looks you up in the eyes, sniffs. They know you're looking for them. And kind of like look off, and as you like set the ping off, you can see the hallway is like elbow to elbow is just spirits, all like black socket eyes, looking at you. Various races, classes. You guys notice from the outside that the hallway looks like it totally blacks out from the outside. Even though it's the middle of the night, there were still like torches and lanterns. Mort, you're just like blackout. There's this weird like illumination on their gray-white bodies as they're like all looking at you.
Yeah, obviously it's disturbing, but Mort's just like, I see a lot of fucked up stuff every day. So he's kind of not cool with it, but not incredibly like, who is they in relation to you? Are you friends of them, or?
These are the spirits who have lost their life here on the island.
I'm gonna walk over to investigate because
All right.
we're watching.
Yeah,
We're,
roll
that's
me
the whole
a
point.
wisdom save as two of you approach.
Whole point of why
I am someone who walks between. But this is where I call home.
19.
24.
Alright. Your movement is halved, but other than that, you do not suffer any other effects. As you guys walk, you just feel like weighed down almost. As
That alarms me.
And ask the cab. Okay, well, you call this place home. What do I call you?
I'm the Black Cat.
Shit.
I see that.
She.
So I'm gonna use my levitating boots so that I can so that I'm not actually walking on the ground and attempt to move
Your
forward.
movement is still halved. It's like moving through jello. The air seems to be filled with almost like an ectoplasm as you're like pushing through, just bound down by these emotions. The two of you start to replay some of your darker moments. The moment you lost your family, the fights with the bad fights with your dad.
The time somebody threw your son's dead body.
Yes, but also like learning about that, all the missed time, wishing that they had known, like new tragedy that he didn't know he had yet,
The
and now
time your
he's
penis was exposed because you were a werewolf.
Donald ducking somewhere in the Lubra. You eventually make it into the hallway, the two of you, and Mort, you're standing there, and you see your friends kind of like enter into the darkness on the other side, and
what's up?
the heads like half turn towards them, and as you guys step onto the threshold, the doors shut behind you. The windows black out, and you now see this sea of gray-white, voidless eye faces looking at you. And more, you see them start to reach towards you, and they start to like reach and like grab and like caress you guys. The cat kind of like climbs up you and is on your shoulder, clawing them away, pressing like up against your neck, but it seems to keep anything from grabbing onto you. I need you guys to roll me strength saves.
22.
22?
Oh shit. Okay. I need rollies from you. I got a nat 20 on my contested athletics.
It's athletics.
Strength. I'm sorry. Strength.
Expertise.
What am I still rolling for a strength save?
Yeah.
Do I have time to cast a quick spell?
Yeah.
Cast protection. I'm gonna need one of myself.
23 this time.
All right. You manage to like kind of pull yourself away. Sirmia, you feel them like pull you, and you start to get like yanked down the hallway. You don't take any damage, but you feel just kind of like,
I feel like I'm a car in a car wash.
yeah. But you're being washed in like sadness foam instead of like shiny wax. As you like feel like the distance between you and Cassidy and you and Mort seems to almost stretch out. You guys feel like the room starts to fill more than it should with more and more of these spirits. And you guys hear like, help, 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 help.
Jesus Christ, someone lives here? Something tells me shit's gonna go down at the party as I get like thrown around the room.
Sirmia. As you're being kind of like funneled, you feel like you're being like quicksanded, and you like pulling up, and you feel the hands just keep kind of piling on you, and there's a moment where you're like you're kind of sandwiched, and you just feel like all these bodies, but you feel yourself kind of being almost like pushed down, like they're handing you down, and you fall down a cold stone. And you feel like just some water dripping down. This is old hewn stone.
I have dark vision.
Okay. You can see there's errant torches, but maybe more for people who can deal with it or who need it at like the farthest away that they can be, so that it's still difficult for people to see who don't know their way. But you see the tunnel before you opens up to some sort of larger room. And you can see like a light teal light emanating from the end of the hallway in there. When you see, just blink for a moment, the one of those figures just kind of appears in your vision, turns to you, and then looks into the room and disappears as they walk in. You can see bodies moving around in there. As you peek your head in, you can see what looked like people chanting around some sort of blue teal fire in robes, and there is some figure crucified almost, like up on the wall, nailed in, large bat wings pinched to the wall in some humanoid shape, like hanging down from the middle, head hanging down low, big wounds on them. You see they got a gash on their side, and it looks like there's somebody collecting blood from the hole in their side, which they bring back, bring the person in the middle, and you see the hooded heads kind of turn in your direction, and then as soon as it happens, you feel tons of hands, invisible hands, just like grab you and skank you up. And then you guys just see, as soon as Sirmia like gets yanked away, you just see them pull her to the middle. She disappears like down beneath them, and then as soon as she like goes out of your sight, the illusion disperses, and she's on the ground unconscious. That's the sound her armor makes when she falls to the ground.
She got Tsukuyomi.
But she, as you guys like run over to her, looking around, she's like unresponsive for like a few seconds. Bit like light breath, no wounds, no bleeding, and then just I don't know how Sirmia jolts awake, but
my eyes just open with a squelch.
How did you get full deadhead? What happened? Like,
Is
always
the
have
cat
that.
still on Jeremy's shoulder when the illusion goes away? What?
Lord? No, she said you.
the cat is not on Mortimer's shoulder, but as Sirmia like wakes up, you guys hear a and it just disappears down the hallway.
How long has it been? Just seconds or?
Sort of about maybe I'd say like a minute. She's probably been out for like 30 seconds.
Okay. Because the cat, I cast tongues. The cat should be able to speak to us still.
Mhm,
in
it
theory.
can.
It just decided to now.
Oh, that's right, it can. It says
Later.
yeah, honestly. It's like
I didn't get your name.
Black cat.
Is Black Cat just your name? That's fine if it is.
that's what you can call me for now.
Okay. Are you a friend at least?
I'm not an enemy.
Good enough.
Okay, see ya,
Like, silly
Yoroichi.
question. I'm a cat.
So true.
Are you friends with Frank?
Everybody's friends with Crank.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that doesn't answer very much.
I forget what my cat's name was. Was it like Professor Mittens or something?
You were like the queen of the high tower or something. I remember you really liked being in high places.
I am above you.
Yeah.
Literally.
So,
I guess I should arouse Sernia, make sure she's...
My eyes open with a squelch.
Okay. Do you feel severely injured, or how do you feel?
Good.
Okay.
They're doing some sort of cult shit. Cult shit.
Yeah, what's new?
Yeah.
We should probably just kill them all, honestly.
Yeah, probably. Or just walks into his room and shuts the door.
Sheesh.
Tough crowd.
What's up? Something's definitely wrong with him.
Well, I'm gonna go sound the alarm.
Yeah, you were asleep while Mort was talking about how he's soup.
Yeah.
I go walk into the courtyard and ring whatever. Like, we're on a watch, so there's something to...
you make the lieutenant guard. People eventually start running up, and they're like, "What's the alarm? What you ring it for? What do we see?"
Yeah, so we got some paranormal shit going on.
Yeah, I got pulled into a extra-dimensional dream space by dozens of ghosts, and I saw some culty activities going on, and I'm assuming that they're trying to say something to me, and I'm just trying to pass on the message to everybody else.
Yeah, they were the spirits of the people who have died on this island, apparently. So, trying to give us a warning here.
Persuasion, Sernia.
What is that creepy
Advantage
noise?
from helping.
Yeah.
Advantage for me helping you.
What's that creepy noise?
So are you giving advantage on a persuasion
The,
check?
the 16 to 17.
32.
It's a good thing you had advantage.
30.
Otherwise, you might have rolled sub 20.
No, that's a 21. You get plus 17.
Right. Look.
So they
Oh, is
look
that
to
the
you guys
computer
and they
music?
go,
Yeah.
"Well,
That's creepy.
all right. I see we got some first night jitters, but wouldn't be the first time people have been seeing some weird shit on here."
Alright,
Did you
well,
not see
what's
the
the
ghost
point of me being
courtyard?
on watch if
I
you're not
saw
gonna
that,
believe
but I've
me?
never been pulled down. People have been accusing the Marisels of cult shit like they do for all of the rich folk.
Okay, well, look, we have
All
some
right.
very particular experience in dealing with this culty shit, so
If you're-
it's real.
If you're gonna invalidate my experience, then I'm just not gonna do watch and I'm gonna go to bed.
I'm just simply saying that
You can stand watch.
you sounded the alarm, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I smash the alarm and I go to bed.
Well, now how are we going to sound the alarm if someone sees something else? All right, well, I guess we'll fix that.
It's
anyway.
obviously not important.
We're also pouty.
All right, well, let her know when she wakes up and gets her beauty sleep.
Hold on, I got
that we
it.
can organize some sort of an excursion to look into this, but it's late. People are tired.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my moon to fix the bell.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, apologies for my colleague. She can
No, I get it. No.
But what she said is true. Like we've dealt with paranormal shit before, so when we tell you it's true, it's true.
All right, well, listen, with the dawn, they're going to be wanting to start this party with a big breakfast. But,
Yep.
if you say there's some bullshit going on, I'd like us to get ahead of that. So, if you don't mind, as it is still early in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest perhaps we all turn in early and I come and get you before dawn breaks and we can investigate this. a little bit before the party begins.
All right. So, is nobody just going to be on watch for the rest of the evening, or?
We'll send some guards over here. I'm just saying,
All right.
if you raise a stink, we know who y'all are.
Okay. Yep. But that's good initiative. It would definitely be
Initiative?
best. I said the trigger word. But yeah, it would definitely be in everyone's best interest to investigate this before the party begins, because we don't want spirits haunting all of the guests while the party's going on. So
Yeah, you're telling me.
yeah.
But, all right. Everybody get some rest, and send some folks over tomorrow morning, and we'll get ahead of this, see what we can do.
All right.
Or, there were some
Asleep.
reports of some people running off by way of the cemetery.
Lydia was there with us when all that happened, and then we moved up. So what's her reaction to all
Oh man,
this?
she's. Oh, well, Lydia hasn't been. Oh, with the alarm, she's gone by the time the alarm comes up. When you guys leave to check out the room,
Uh-huh.
she's doesn't go with you.
Okay.
She has left.
Mhm.
But Miss Lydia, yeah, she'll freak you out. You be careful if you don't watch yourself. She pops up out of fucking nowhere.
Oh, we've already been on the receiving end of that.
Oh my gosh. But hey, yeah, we'll send some guards over, and we did have some reports well before you rang your bell of some people traveling off towards the cemetery. We think it was just some of the young folks wanting to do some thrill seeking or maybe get some smooching in, but where they ran off. But you telling us this and us bringing that up. We can just keep it between us. We don't need the hoity-toits getting their panties in a bunch, because we don't need them. We don't need them clutching their pearls too early.
Yeah, don't want to cause mass panic. Totally get it.
Exactly. So we'll come and get you.
Suppress the mass panic.
That's a good thing to reveal that.
And the rest of the evening, you guys have a full night's rest. You were all woken up at, I'm trying to think of the time of year, 5:30 would still be well enough time. The sun won't rise until like 7 o'clock. You guys are woken up. The Hogman is all ready. He's got coffee ready for you, pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage, spinach, vegetarian and vegan options. Also, oddly enough, pork options. I guess the bacon's there. But you guys start to head off by way that you saw those people scurrying off Mort before you got pulled away. So next week,
Too much hang time.
as I've made you guys go through 2 weeks of pure RP, maybe we'll get to hit some things next week. Yeah.
And that's where the fun begins.
All right, we'll button there as you guys do
Hordes
some
of civilian
early
nobles.
party investigating with some red shirts. I mean guards.
Hordes of civilian nobles.